If you've never bought a Volkswagen because it wasn't big enough, okay. Here's a Volkswagen that's big enough. The new VW fastback sedan. It seats 4 with more room for elbows and legs. It's pretty jazzy, too. Has an electric clock and even wall-to-wall carpeting. The fastback also has the most powerful engine we've ever made. It's air-cooled. Goes 27 miles on a gallon of gas, which is pretty good for a car that can go 84 miles per hour. Since we made a VW that's a little roomier in the inside, we decided to do the same thing on the outside. It's got a trunk up front where most cars have their motors. And in the back, where most cars have their trunks, we have it's a trunk, a large trunk. Come into your Volkswagen dealer. He'll show you where the motor is.
Coke time.
There's nothing like a Coca-Cola, nothing like a Coke.
What do you say we have dinner together?
Wonderful. Where?
Oh, someplace where we don't have to dress, like your apartment.
Coke time is anytime, anywhere. It's always time for ice-cold Coca-Cola.
This year, Great Western Savings begins its 100th year as part of the West. Share with us now a moment from our history.
Beautiful country. You know, I rode out here about 50 years ago on a little dun horse and started a film career. Picture called The Big Trail. Well, I've made quite a few since then. Some good and some bad. Matter of fact, in those days, Great Western Savings account had to come in pretty handy. Matter of fact, they come in pretty handy anytime. It's kind of nice to know you have something set aside. So if you ever figure on that, remember that Great Western Savings can be mighty helpful. Don't forget.
Filmed in 1978.
It's an average Sunday afternoon, and you've just decided to take the car to a car wash. You own Buick's new Opel Kadett, so it's not a chore. In fact, it's enjoyable. The 4-speed stick shift slides into gear easy. The engine under that low-cut hood holds up to 102 horsepower. Instrument panel is easy to read. Seat belts and the new General Motors safety features are standard. And there's plenty of room for the rest of the family. Durable carpeting front and back, with the rest of the family in mind. At the car wash, they seldom see this much quality right under their noses, so they do a very special job. The money you save by buying an Opel is enough to pay for a lifetime of car washes. There are more Buick Opel dealers than any other import. Opel Kadett, the mini brute.
The beer born over 100 years ago in the land of sky blue waters. A beer is a beer until you've tasted Hamm's.
Many of Hollywood's brightest stars are Camel smokers. Tony Curtis smokes Camels, so does Jane Greer, so does John Wayne, and this lovely young lady, Maureen O'Hara. She finds that Camel's mildness and flavor agree with her. Other Camel smokers are Marge and Gower Champion, that dynamic star Ellen Ladd, and one of the newest favorites, Paramount's Charlton Heston. Mr. Heston, what especially do you like about Camels?
Well, I don't know anything about the scientific tests various cigarettes claim or any of the things they say they have. I just know I like the taste of Camels. I find them very mild for me, too.
Yes, America's smokers have shown an overwhelming preference for Camels. According to the latest published figures, Camels lead the second-place brand by 43%, the third-place brand by 54%, the fourth-place brand by 144%. Try Camels yourself and see what you've been missing.
Pure Beer presents Buster Keaton. When you order a beer, ask the man to draw Simon Pure. The happier, hoppier beer.
Let's watch a motion picture in the making.
Your record's over, sweetheart. Believe me, I hate to see a pretty girl like you go to jail.
Okay, print it. Relax, everybody. You too, Mr. Poe.
Well, that's something I really know how to do. Whether it's between scenes in a motion picture or during rehearsals of my radio program, Richard Diamond, I know how to relax. I just sit back and enjoy Camel. There's real flavor for you. I smoke Camels regularly because they're mild and they agree with my throat. And that's mighty important when you use your voice as much as I do.
Try Camels yourself as your steady smoke for 30 days. Your T-Zone will tell you how mild and good-tasting Camels are, pack after pack, week after week. You'll soon see why Camel is America's most popular cigarette, leading all other brands by billions.
Yes, make a note. Think of your throat. Enjoy Camels. I always do.
This is the first car I ever owned. I call her Cynthia. She's going to have the best care a car ever had. Put Royal Triton in Cynthia's little tummy.
Right, lady.
Cynthia will just love that Royal Triton.
Friend, go in and see a DeSoto Plymouth dealer tomorrow. And when you do, tell him Groucho sent you.
Next week, Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life will be brought to you by the makers of From Home Permanent.
This is my family album. And this is my brother Hopple. He's always chasing the girls. But to know more, now he's a telling the girls about creamy prom. Because From Home Permanent is a waiting clean. Leaves your hair soft like a silk. Look at the way the waver, she's a bounce back every time. Hey, lady, wouldn't you like your wave behavior like this? You'll get a creamy prom. Right, Hoppo?
When we're on a Death Valley day set and water's not handy, Baraxo waterless hand cleaner really cleans up for us. Just a dab. Removes paint, grease, tar, carbon, ink, even plain dirt. Anytime, anywhere, without water. The whole crew swears by Baraxo waterless. So will you. Meanwhile, back at our ranch, where there's plenty of water, our daughter Patty has another tip for you.
Marvelous, Daddy. Baraxo powdered hand soap. Looks like this on your grocery shelf. And so pretty. Like this on your kitchen or bathroom sink. Powdered Baraxo washes the whole family's hands really clean and leaves them soft and smooth.
So in the workshop, on the road, wherever water's not handy, make sure that Baraxo waterless is.
And for everyday hand washing, remember Baraxo powdered hand soap.
2 fine hand cleaning products from U.S. Borax. Keep them both handy.